Hello data scientists, my name is Manuel Monetizing, and in this video I want to show how easy it is to host a Flask web application up in the cloud using Google's App Engine. It's so easy, there are so few steps, the best way for me to show it is to actually walk you through that process. So you have a Google Cloud Platform account. If you don't get one, Google is giving $300 credits for people to try it out. And you have to have a project. If you haven't got a project, just go ahead, create one. It's trivial. I already have mine selected. Next, you click on your Cloud Shell button, and this will open up a terminal window right inside your browser. So very handy in order to fire off some quick commands. You have a Flask web application, right? You've run it locally. It all works, and you're storing it in GitHub, and that's the place to put it. So all we got to do then is clone it down onto our machine on Google Cloud. Just fire up a regular git clone command. Now it's local for that machine. So now I'm going to cd into it just to make sure everything I need is there. And it looks good, right? I have my config file, my app YAML file, my main.py, and requirements, and my templates. So the next thing you have to do, and I'm gonna go ahead and just copy these commands, is pip install all the requirements. Requirements file really is just a file where you put all the libraries that may be needed for your application, and pip install the lib will basically install them all in a library folder, and that folder will then be able to be moved wherever App Engine is going to live to run to host your web application. We've done it. So we have our code there. We have initialized all our requirements, all our libraries. Next thing to do is to initialize Google Cloud. It's going to ask you a few questions. Reinitialize, yes, because I already had one. It'll confirm an email address, yes, just the correct email address I want to use, and the project. Perfect. And then only one last command left to do is to deploy it. It's really that simple. It's that easy. Just make some room here. Finally, I'm pasting in the app deploy command. That's the last command we need to do to deploy the Flask application. It's going to ask you to confirm a few things. Yes, everything looks good. And it's going to deploy it. It's pretty fast. And the beauty of App Engine, while we're waiting for it to be uploaded and to function and be available, is that it's serverless. So we don't care what OS it's running on. We don't care what how it's distributed. We just want it to work. And this is perfect for people like me. I don't care about what server it's on, what the hardware. I just want the concept of the application to be there and work. The rest I could care less, right? I want it as quickly as possible. This is serverless also. That means that it's going to scale with your needs. So this is good and bad. It's good, meaning that you are only going to be charged what you use. It's bad that if you're not charged, that means nobody's going to the website, right? So it's a kind of a catch-22. And once it's done, it's going to give you this handy little command right in the terminal window called gcloud app browse. So you don't even have to type the URL. It gives it to you. Click on it, and there it is. It's live. So this is based on last week's blog. If you want the whole project, how it was done, just go back there, all the commands for everything. But in this video, I really just wanted to highlight the uploading of the app, the deploying of the app. So let's just take it for a quick spin, make sure it works. Portland, Oregon. It's a mapping app that will use Google Maps and kind of map a trip from one point to the next. And look at that. For looking for, in this case, gas stations, and as it goes from one end to the end, you can highlight, one of the markers, and in this case, is the Mitchell gas station, truck stop in this case, and it will give you kind of a log of the journey, right? So super simple, right? To upload a Flask application in App Engine. I love the fact that it's serverless, so I don't have to worry about any hardware. It's super easy to do. Just a few things I like to mention while we're on this topic, and all this is in the blog, is that there's two types of options for the Google App Engine. One is called standard environment, and those are for simple applications. And then it's flexible. Flexible is for a more complex one. In this case, you need custom libraries, more complex things. Maybe you want to write to files, these kind of things. It's a little bit more complicated. Whenever possible, use the standard environment. That's what I did. I removed a lot of libraries I did not need, and I've also abstracted the function calls into using REST API calls. And that's really a smart way of doing it anyways, because you're really separating different types of work, right? Your business objects from your web layer. And instead of having that code directly inside your Flask application, it's now done through a REST API call. And then you can, separately work on, whatever data is being, served on those REST API calls. It's really cool. The other thing worth mentioning also is to kind of make it stateless whenever you can. You're going to simplify your life. So in the case of this, of the Mapit application, the client knows where it is, and every time it wants to get a new position, it basically uses Ajax to ask the server, says, I am here now, where should I go, right? So the server itself, the Flask, the Python Flask program has no idea who is asking where they want to go next. It's stateless, and I love it that way. So stateless with REST API calls, and then you can use the standard environment, deploy it really fast, very inexpensive. Thank you.